What is up, y'all? For today's vlog, we have a show that I did in Terre Haute, Indiana. Um, this is my first time in Terre Haute, and this is my second Six Ways Market Vendor event. I'm super excited about it though because I definitely want to net some profit, especially after the last video where I didn't really make anything back. Just hoping to make some profit and at least make my tabling fee back today. Let's get into it. What is up, y'all? It is 6 in the morning. It is Saturday, October 21st, and we are getting ready to head to Terre Haute, Indiana for today's truck stop market with Six Ways. Um, Today should be interesting. My market on Friday got canceled. I know I mentioned in the last video that I was doing a weekend full of vending opportunities. Yesterday's got canceled because of the rain here in Columbus. But I looked at the weather for Terre Haute. It's not even going to be close to raining. Like, there's 0% chance of rain today. So that'll be super cool. Um, yeah, excited. Hopefully, this one is better than the one that happened on Thursday. And we can get some profits in, some sales. Indiana is one of the places that's nearby to Ohio, so I'm hoping to start my customer base there. um, Started my customer base in Kentucky at the last one, and yeah, so the plan is to just keep like circling these three states along with going to Cincinnati, which is the bigger, like, the more like cultural hub here. Like, Columbus is the capital and like big city, but it's not it's not really giving like hip young crowd, and that's typically my audience, which is like younger people. Typically I'm not like for the older folks. I mean, I do have some older folks who love to come stop by and get like bookmarks and stuff, and that's pretty cool. um So yeah, looking to sell a lot of bookmarks. The keychains did well last time, which I was really surprised by. Hopefully, I'll get some prints off. Yeah, we'll see today, and see what kind of sales we can come up with. I will check back in with y'all later when I get there and when I get myself set up. Hey, what's up, guys? We are here at the market in Indiana. It's really beautiful out here. See, look at the trees. Love fall. Um, Anywho, I am here. I am set up. I was originally outside, and then I moved inside just because the wind was pretty gnarly and like knocked over knocked over my organizer cubes. Because I also don't have my cube set up like everyone else's. Like, typically people do when they go to like cons and stuff, which is like they have them set up in squares. I didn't do any squares. I just do straight, like, I don't know, corner, whatever you want to call it. I'll give you guys a peek at my tabling setup soon. But yeah, there's a bunch of different people out here. If I get a chance during the market, once everybody's set up, because vendors are still rolling in right now, and everyone's kind of like setting up. Um, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Today's a really pretty day, so hopefully people will be out here. Because plus it's a Saturday. I would have loved to be outside, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. But yeah, should be a good market. I'll check back in with you guys in a few. Yeah. This is the table setup, and then this is the backside. Of course, my little cubby over here. This is what I mean. It's straight corner, no support. So the wind was definitely coming and just knocking all of this over. Um, Super excited. Got my little guys on the table. Put some more candy in the candy bowl. I had some ring pops and stuff that was left from the original like buy that I did. So I got some more. Put some more prints out on the table this time too. So that way the prints can be seen. What is up, y'all? It is our. It's been about an hour into the market, and I got a few sales. Um, a lot of the other vendors here are selling like handmade stuff, so we'll see how it goes. It's only been about an hour. I'm thinking that later in the afternoon it probably should get a little busy. Still kind of early for folks. Um, yeah, there's food trucks and things like that that are also here. So we'll see how it goes. What is up, y'all? Back again. It is about 3:30, and it's been okay for the past couple of hours. We have about an hour and 30 left, and then we'll be packed up and out of here. Apparently, it is homecoming. So I learned that today from one of the customers that came by. So super excited to that we're nearby and people are able to uh, come around. Sorry for the awkward camera angle, but yeah, talk to you all later. Okay, so that is the end of the Six Ways um, truck stop market here in Terre Haute. I realized I've been saying it wrong the entire time, and that it's Terre Haute and not Terre Haute. Um, but yeah, the market overall was okay. I'm very tired right now, partially because I barely got sleep, but I'm about to head back to Columbus. Overall, I give the market maybe like a 7 out of 10. And I'm saying that because I only made about $100, which was okay, but definitely not what I was expecting for a Saturday market. Plus it's homecoming, so I thought there were going to be more people, but like also people were at the homecoming game, is what I was told, and also people were up at this covered bridges event where they celebrate all the blah, 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 covered bridges in Indiana. So yeah, that was what they did. Was going on today. So that might also have been in why people weren't necessarily at the market. Um, but yeah, other than that, it was pretty okay. Like I would, maybe I'd come back. A lot of the other vendors didn't really make much today, and they were kind of upset about that. Um, yeah, for my goal, I'm just trying to chip away. So you know, I'm okay, but definitely didn't really like recoup. Like if I take out gas, which was about $30, and the tabling fee, which is 50, I didn't really make any profit off of this one. Um, Also taking out food and all the other things, this was not really that lucrative for me, unfortunately, which is a little annoying just because it's like 3 hours away. But what I'm realizing or starting to realize is that like if it's not a major city, and this is something that a lot of people have told me, if it's not a major city, then taking the drive is not really worth it. And that's something that I'm noticing is that like the further the drive, the more of a big city it needs to be, so that way you can guarantee a large number of people who like at least the population of the city is large enough to support the amount of money that I'm spending in gas and travel. Um, yeah, we'll see. Next weekend I have back to back show. Excuse me, in somewhere in Ohio, northern Ohio. And so we'll see how that goes and see what that does. But yeah, ultimately, I would do another Six Ways market because I think that their markets are pretty cool. And I met some really great vendors through it. But I do think I would probably go to one of the larger cities like Louisville or Indianapolis or Cincy. Like I would rather go to those. I heard that they're really popular in Ann Arbor, like Michigan, is where they really pop off. So I'm gonna try to do one of those. Those are a little bit more expensive. This one was only like a $5 deposit and like a $50 tabling fee. Um, so it wasn't as bad as like some of the other markets where it's like 100 to vend, um, or like 50 or 60. So I am gonna see what happens. I have a few more tabling events to come up. So okay, so after the event, first of all, we packed up early, and that's 2 times now with the Six Ways events that we've packed up pretty early. Now, I will say that a lot of the other tablers were more experienced than me. Some of them were also this was also their first time with Six Ways, and they were local to Terre. I was the only one that I saw that was traveling in from like as far as I was traveling. Um, but I was happy that I did because I'm always happy to meet other tablers who have been doing it for a while, or like who just have resources that you might need. Because we're all creators, like we all understand the like grind of doing tables and like doing everything. A lot of the other people have like full-time jobs, but it was great to talk to everyone and network and just see what resources Indiana has available. Um, it wasn't a great market. It was better than the last vlog, but still not enough. Like still not profitable enough for me to justify the amount of time and like money I spent to get there. But I got some advice that like going to a larger market where there's more people, like a more major city like Louisville or Indianapolis, would have probably been a lot better for me in particular. Um, at least that's what some of the other vendors were saying. So I think that's valid. I think that that's definitely true. Being here in Columbus, my art does pretty decent. I also did some shows in Cincinnati, and so those also were pretty good. So um, yeah, I think we'll just keep trying and seeing what new markets we can tap into in terms of like where my art might sell. Um, Now, to break down the price for everyone, because I feel like it's important to share that, I spent about $55 on the table. I spent $60 in gas. I spent another $6 on food. So, I'll throw in like 10 to 20 bucks for miscellaneous food and drinks. And so overall, I spent about 100 and like 150 on the like on everything to get there, and I only netted about $100, so I'm still in the red for this table. So yeah, working against the deficit still. Um, so but that just is what it is when you're an entrepreneur. Like you really do have to work really hard to get yourself up out of the hole of, you know, debt at first. Luckily, I have some tabling experience, and I had already had products made, so I didn't have to worry about things like making products for the first time or any of that. Like I was able to take some of the expertise that I had from tabling with my friend, and apply that to this, which was awesome. Tabling by yourself is definitely different though, because you have to figure out how to pass the time. And as a digital artist, I don't have anything to whittle with while I'm there. Like most people are like, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm knitting or I'm creating more of the plushies or like tagging stuff. Unfortunately, I did all of that stuff like preemptively. And so because I did all of it preemptively, I had to really, really just sit there and like kind of stare into space. I did get to talk to some of the other tablers, like I said, in the down times. Um, a lot of them said they didn't make their tabling feedback either. So like they also didn't really have a good event. Which also was what contributed to us packing up early, because we knew that by the time the event was ending, like that last hour, that like it was very rare that a drove of people was gonna come in. Um, Again, have heard these six ways markets are a lot more packed. I'm just guessing like not in these cities that I've been to. From what I've heard, these are newer cities for them, and they were just kind of testing them out, and so that's why the tabling fee was so low, because they couldn't guarantee any profit for any of the vendors, which you know most vendor markets can't. But it just was not what I was expecting. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more popular since it was on a Saturday, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not necessarily upset. I think I just am like, you know, hoping to get out of this hole sometime soon. Keep it locked here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video for more of these vlogs. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Dame Ollie with 2 eyes. You can also go to my website at damienoliver.art to pick up your artwork from me. But all right, y'all. I will see y'all later.